Hello. Recently, a colleague of mine, Roberto Carratala, I hope I pronounced the name right, wrote this great blog post about enabling function calling inside OpenShift AI. As part of this post, he created a really cool example that uses Python and Langchain4j in order to implement a tool that delegates to DuckDuckGo for internet searches, and then he demonstrates how you can wire this tool to the LLM using Langchain4j. Behind the scenes, he's using as a model Granite, which is served by OpenShift AI. So I thought that it would be really interesting if I did the same using OpenShift AI, using Granite, but instead of using Python and Langchain4j, to use Java, Quarkus and Langchain4j to implement this tool. So I'll switch to my terminal and we'll create an application that I will call Quarkus DuckDuckGo, that will use two extensions, Pico CLI, which is an extension for creating command line tools using Quarkus, and REST client Jackson, which is what we are going to use for interacting with DuckDuckGo. So without any further ado, I'm generating my base application. I go to Quarkus DuckDuckGo directory and I open my text editor. The application looks like this. It contains two classes, the greeting command, which I will rename to search, and I will also rename the class itself to search command. And I'm also going to mark this command as top command, so that when I run the app to directly get that and not as a sub command or something like that. Also, I'm going to remove the param labels, and I'm just going to define the index of this parameter. So from a named parameter, it's going to be an order one, and I'm going to change the name to be the query that we are going to send to the LLM. I won't be needing the greeting resource, so I'm going to delete that, but I will be needing a search client for talking to DuckDuckGo. And that search client is going to be a Java class that is going to be application scope. Also, I'm going to register the REST client, and I'm going to set as a config key the name DuckDuckGo, DuckDuckGo. I need it to be an interface, not a class. And I want to have a method for performing queries, and I also think that this needs to be used for performing GET requests, and the path should be something like qquery. Yeah, I think that I'm set. And I would like to inject my REST client to the command. And I would like to return the result. So no LLM has been integrated yet, so I want to just compile my project to make sure that I'm calling the client correctly. Before I do that, I would need to go to my application.properties and specify the URL of the DuckDuckGo service, mp rest URL equals https duckduckgo.com. I hope that it's right. And now I could do npm clean install, and let me also skip tests. And now I can call my command using java -jar target Quarkus app Quarkus run jar, and I'm going to specify the query: when was Quarkus first released? And we get back the whole text returned by the service. Of course, this is not usable at the moment, so I'm going to go to the search client and perform some minor changes. Change number one is that I'm going to change the format, and I'm going to use JSON. Change number two, I'm going to specify that this consumes media type application.json, and I have to import consumes and media type, and this should work fine. So currently I'm injecting the client directly in my command. However, I would like to change things a little bit, and I would like to introduce a service that delegates to the client. And the main reason that I want to do that is that I later want to hook that service to my AI service as a tool, which is, you know, the final goal. So first thing first, I'm going to create the search service. Java class that is injected with my REST client. Also needs to be application scoped, and that service is just going to delegate to my search client. I will also update the search command to use the search service instead. Search service, maybe I have a typo or something. Let's try again. Search service, okay. And maybe I should also rename that to search service, okay. And finally, I'm going to create an AI service that will integrate with Granite, and I'm going to pass the search service as a tool. This needs to be an interface. Again, I'm going to make it application scope, and I'm also going to specify things like register AI service. By the way, the register AI service is not available yet because I haven't installed Quarkus Langhcain4j, so let me do that now. Quarkus extension add Langchain4j OpenAI. Even though I will be using Granite, I will still install the OpenAI dependency, because I will be talking to Granite through the OpenAI API. And I will need to update my application.properties in order to specify some additional configuration. Let me copy the config over from my cheat sheet. So, first option, Quarkus Langhcain4j, OpenAI chat model name, the name of the model that we are going to use. I will get the value for that from my environment variables. Same for Quarkus Langhcain4j OpenAI base URL and API key. And I think that now I should be able to go to my class and do a register AI service. String search, string query, okay, that should do it. And finally I should be able to go to my command and instead of using the search service to use the AI service. Finally, I need to make sure that the AI service is able to find the search service and use it as a tool. So I think that I need to add the tool annotation here, perform internet searches using DuckDuckGo. And maybe here I should also add a toolbox and specify the search service class. So let's see if this is enough. Let me try and rebuild the application. There seems to be some issues, unsatisfying dependency for qualifiers REST client. So let's see what the problem is. Let's go to the service command. Yep, one issue is that the AI service is not a REST client, so we don't need that here. Let's try again. When was Quarkus first released? And the response that we are getting back is that to find out when Quarkus was first released, I conducted an internet search, and according to the search results, Quarkus was first released in December 3, 2019. That's great. That was pretty straightforward. Let's review the steps that we had to take to get there. Step number one, we implemented a client using the REST client Jackson extension, which allowed us to, let's say, easily implement a REST client for DuckDuckGo. We wrapped the client in a service and we labeled that service with the tool annotation so that it is usable from our AI service. The AI service just specifies the way that we will be interacting with the LLM, and also specifies a toolbox from where it can pick up tools. And finally, we injected the AI service into the search command, which delegates to that service and perform queries and stuff like that. Now, one change that we could possibly make is to add some sort of logging, just to make sure that the tool is indeed called and the LLM is not just hallucinating, which is something that I've encountered countless times in the past. So again, we will be rebuilding. We see that the tool was indeed called, search query, Quarkus first release date, and then we get back the result, a different result this time. That doesn't really matter. So one thing that I would like to mention is that the question that we asked was that when was Quarkus first released, and the Granite model, the LLM, decided that it should perform an internet search query using Quarkus first release date. And finally, it fed us back the result. A few comments about the whole approach and the whole implementation and how it compares to the Python one. When using Quarkus and Langchain4j, the presence of annotation and the CDI-like programming model makes things, let's say, more declarative. And if you're familiar with writing applications this way, it's also pretty straightforward. I think that it was pretty fast, pretty quick. It was very interesting that we also used the REST client, and we didn't have to search the internet and find a library or an external tool for talking to DuckDuckGo. And yeah, that also makes a very nice combination to use REST client with AI services. I think yeah, it opens up a lot of great and interesting capabilities. I hope that you enjoyed it, and see you next time.